In a world filled with noise and chaos, how do we find peace? The answer might lie in a story that has been passed down through generations. It's about a monk, a mountain, and an unshakable lesson in stillness. What if I told you that sometimes the strongest force in life is the one that doesn't move at all? Once upon a time, nestled deep within the tranquil folds of the mountains, there lived a monk named Jin. Every day, while the world below bustled with activity, Jin took his place atop the highest peak. He became known as the unmovable mountain. People traveled from far and wide to meet him, hoping to glean wisdom from his serene demeanor. They wanted to know the secret behind his calm in times of uncertainty and turmoil. It was not always this way for Jin. In his youth, he was restless and easily swayed by the currents of life. Challenges and hardships would toss him around like a leaf in the wind. He sought fulfillment in many things: wealth, fame, and recognition, but found them to be fleeting, like shadows that danced out of reach. Disheartened, he sought out the teachings of various masters, hoping one of them would provide the answers he so desperately craved. One day, he encountered an old sage who posed a simple question: "What do you desire most?" Jin thought long and hard, but could find no clear answer. The sage, sensing Jin's turmoil, said, "Seek not what you desire, but what you are. Embrace stillness, and you will find your true self." This revelation resonated deeply within Jin. He decided to devote himself to a life of contemplation and meditation, withdrawing from the noise and distractions of the world. He settled atop the highest mountain, where the bustling world below seemed but a distant memory. As the seasons changed and time passed, Jin transformed. He became the embodiment of peace and tranquility. He practiced the art of meditation, diving deep into the folds of his consciousness. His stillness became a refuge not only for himself, but for the many who sought solace at his feet. Visitors would come with their burdens, their worries, fears, and struggles. They would share stories of chaos and adversity, expecting solutions or answers. But Jin had a different approach. Instead of providing direct answers, he would sit with them in silence. In that stillness, an unspoken wisdom arose. One day, a farmer named Ko visited Jin. He was distraught because a terrible drought was threatening his crops. "Master, what can I do? My family depends on this harvest," he cried. Instead of responding, Jin simply pointed toward the mountain in the distance. "Do you see that mountain, Ko?" Jin asked. "Yes, master," Ko replied, confused. "It does not waver in storms. It remains unshaken, no matter how fierce the rain or the wind may be," Jin explained. "Like the mountain, your strength lies not in changing the storm, but in standing firm amidst it." Ko pondered this deeply. Instead of letting despair consume him, he decided to cultivate his inner strength and adaptability, just as the mountain did. With newfound resolve, he returned to his farm, working diligently, nurturing his crops with patience and care. As time passed, the drought eventually broke, and Ko's harvest flourished. He returned to Jin, overflowing with gratitude. "Master, I understand now. In my stillness, I found strength I never knew I had." The lesson Jin imparted was that true strength often doesn't roar like thunder, but rather whispers like a gentle breeze. Life would inevitably bring storms, uncertainties, and chaos, but our ability to remain calm and steadfast can be our greatest asset. As word of Jin's wisdom spread, he became a beacon of hope for many. People began to realize that they too could be like the unmovable mountain, standing tall amid life's tempestuous storms. During his later years, Jin faced his greatest trial. He became gravely ill. Despite suffering, he remained calm and unbothered as he held vigil over his mind. Those around him grew anxious, worrying about the end. But Jin, embracing the inevitable, became a model of acceptance. "Fear not the end, for it is but a part of the cycle," he would say. Just like the mountain that offers its peak for the sun's embrace, I accept what comes my way. In his final hours, he gathered his disciples one last time. They were scared, unsure of how to live without their beloved mentor. Jin looked around at their anxious faces and smiled. Remember, my dear friends, the essence of life is not in how long it lasts, but how deeply we experience each moment. Be like the mountain, timeless and unmovable. The storms will come and go, but who you truly are forges a path toward eternity. As the sun set behind the mountain, Jin took his last breath, embodying the peace he had always preached. In his teachings, he left behind a fundamental truth. Whether we are facing internal battles or external chaos, we possess the power to choose our response. So what does it truly mean to embody calm in adversity? It means standing firm and rooted within ourselves, like the unmovable mountain, unaffected by the winds of change. The next time you're faced with uncertainty or hardship, remember Jin's story. Ask yourself, am I embracing my stillness? Am I allowing the noise to drown out my inner peace? If stories like this resonate with you and you want to unearth more secrets of tranquility and strength, subscribe to our channel, Stoic Zen Voices. Join us on this transformative journey, and let's uncover the essence of calm together, one story at a time.